Howdy. So before we get this time lapse started, I just wanted to clear up a few things, like where'd the house go, and material nodes where, and why is the end so sudden? Starting with where'd the house go? What house, you ask? This house. You'll see it later, or pretty soon, depending on how you look at it. Anyways, I initially had the idea to make all the Drawtober prompts different rooms inside of a big house, except for the cemetery. That would be outside the house. Because, well, I mean, I guess you could have an indoor cemetery. But, okay. Looking back at the prompt post, though, I realized that this wasn't like a super original idea. But I was gonna do it anyway, because I still thought it was cute. After some time working on the house, I kind of felt like I wasn't going to be able to finish it within the time limit, so I scaled down quite a bit. I probably could have done all the prompts with this new format, but I think between working on the house and then scrapping it and then like a sudden surprise family vacation, all my Halloween spirit kind of evaporated, so I decided not to do the rest of the prompts. Sorry if anyone was looking forward to that. On to the next thing. Where are the material nodes? Well, I will explain them here. Shortly after my art study video, I looked into watercolor material nodes for Blender, and I found these videos, and then I combined different aspects of them into what you see here. This here shader to RGB node is how a lot of people, from what I've seen, go about making toon/cell shaders for like anime or cartoon style objects, characters. Basically, you can use this node to decide what color things are when they're hit by lights, or if they're in shadows when you combine this node with a color ramp node. This first color ramp right here is basically controlling the ratio of shadow to light a little bit. And then I control the actual colors themselves by connecting this with an RGB node to two other color ramps. The top one is the color of the shadows. I only have one color because of personal preference, but you can add a color pretty easily, or multiple colors pretty easily if you want to. This setup is like slightly more complicated though. Like if you want like a simple version of the shader, this right here is it. The Voronoi, but I don't know how to pronounce this word. I think it's French or something. The V textures are basically just adding noise so that the color gradient is more splotchy instead of smooth, which is more what I was going for, but if you want smooth, don't add the textures. If you want other shapes, play with all the other default Blender textures. Might find something pretty cool. I use B-spline on all of my color ramps, but if you want like a flatter, more cartoony look, use constant instead of B-spline. And then also, I've heard that you should turn off the shadows under your light sources, and then also go under your material properties and turn the shadows to none, so you can have like even more of a flat look. And that's all of the shader stuff. I don't know if this end result was actually all that watercolor-esque, but I thought it was cute, so I posted it on my community tab, whatever that was, and was like, hey, maybe I'll make a project with this node setup, and then here we are. A project with this node setup. On to the final thing. So, the end's kind of abrupt, So the reason for that is sometimes I open up Blender to make like small modifications to the project, so in my head I'm like, I don't need to record this, it'll just take like 5 seconds, and then I look up and it's been 2 hours. So I'm sorry. Anyways, enjoy the time lapse.